close together and made it work.
What's up?
Over the next few weeks, Bonita's racing season takes off with win after win.
Horses don't understand words, but they understand tones. You'll notice the stable, when they start winning races, they'll just start firing and winning races, because it just, the whole barn seems to upbring. And we've won 3 races last week, and I think I see everybody acting a little better. And if they're acting better, they're going to take it into their horses' stalls with them, and they take it into the stalls, the horses get a better attitude, and you just notice that the horses start doing better.
Is Grace to win it. First amendment, wow, did it by 7 to 8, widening length. No doubt about the winner, Moonilips, and she runs away to win by 6 to 7 lengths.
Bonita has nailed 5 wins in a row. Can Forging continue the streak in his second outing at Delaware Park?
When you're ready, Josh.
Forging is in post position number 2, too close to the inside, where there can be crowding after the break.
Come on now. Get him in the race. Get him up in there. He's got a horse. They haven't taken back off that horse's heels there, Joe. See that?
Boxed in. Forging's got nowhere to go.
He's got a horse, but he's trapped down in there so tight.
Less than 2 minutes later, it's all over. Forging places 7th.
He's still a question mark. You know, we've been so high on this horse, and maybe I've been too high on him, but I don't think we've seen the best of him yet. I'm not exactly sure that we've found the key to open the lock. First turn, huh?
Next on Thoroughbred, is Forging still in the running for the big time? A few days after the race, there's worse news about Forging. He strained a ligament in his back leg.
This is the condition we call a bow tendon, and being a little bit bowed in the tendon is very similar to a woman being a little bit pregnant. They're both serious conditions. The prognosis is fairly good, giving time and catching it at an early stage. He's got a good chance of coming back 100% on it.
This is terrible news. Forging will be relegated to his stall, perhaps for months.
Oh, it's a big disappointment because he was the only horse we had nominated to the Triple Crown. He's such a good-looking horse, and he showed some real sparks early on there.
The Bonifaces won't know till next year whether their underachiever, Forging, will ever reach his full potential.
Most horses mature mentally between 2 and 3, but some of them take a little longer to catch on, or 3 to 4. And I think that there's a good chance that he will come back more mature mentally and more focused as a 4-year-old.
Patrick is getting his first taste of the spring air. He's gaining strength every day. He's too small to be a racehorse, but he's won over some hearts.
At first, you know, past experience has shown when foals look like Patrick did when he was born. Most of the time they don't make it. I wasn't too enthusiastic about it at first, but then I started working with him, and then it kind of grew on me. You know, a lot of times all these guys needs is TLC. It's a brand new world, Patrick.
It's time for Patrick to be weighed.
You're wrong yet, have I? What he says. Come on, Patrick. Okay, Patrick, stand up.
He barely cracks 60 pounds. Tiny. But otherwise, he's in pretty good shape.
Made a mistake. I think he bonded to me.
I was going to say, Billy, I think he likes you better than Mommy. Yeah, is Billy your mommy? 33. Do you think his head's the biggest
I think
part?
these legs are they're gonna be okay.
Not yet.
They
just gonna take
it's still
time.
cartilage. It's gonna need to be hardened up.
It'll just take time. Yeah, it'll just take time on it, sweetheart.
You ready? Boy.
He thinks he's supposed to nurse.
Soon enough, Patrick will be joining the other Bonita foals in the pasture, becoming part of the herd.
Got him?
But he also gets a special friend, Billy's 3-year-old daughter, Bethany.
Got him?
Billy has given Patrick to her as her first horse.
Keep a hold of him. You got him, honey. You got him. There he is. You got him, sweetheart.
No doubt it will be a lifelong friendship.
Go ahead and turn him loose. You know how to turn him loose. Come here, Patrick. You want to turn him loose? Reach up and grab a hold of him. There you go. So you're the owner. Standing tall. Same thing yesterday.
Next time on Thoroughbred, Billy's son takes after his father. And will the son of a winning Bonita Thoroughbred also follow in his father's footsteps?
Keep on forward.
At Bonita Farm, there are high hopes for a 3-year-old colt from a family of champions. Is he destined for greatness?
He showed an awful lot of class, and I think he's got a great future.
Billy tries to help a crippled foal beat the odds.
I mean, I'm doing this 20 years and I've never had one this bad with a leg like this.
And the next generation of horsemen learns the ropes.
Put it in the paddock. I'll have the vet look at it. Take him inside.
It's April at Maryland's Bonita Farm, peak foaling season. Billy Boniface, head of breeding and foaling, is exhausted.
Friday, started at 5, got done at 11, got back up at 3, stayed up at 3 until I went home at 5 that night, so I'm getting a little tired.
Every day he races between mares, stallions, and foals, and then he starts all over again.
That's what this time of the year is about. And it's hard, but you get used to it, and then I also know it's seasonal, so I have something to look forward to when July comes around. Right now, it's just hectic.
– 7 a.m. Billy has his hands full with DT, deputed testimony, the farm's most successful racehorse ever, and winner of the 1983 Preakness. But this morning, DT has a different title. He's a teaser.
And I only use him to tease once a week. He's not breeding a lot of mares now, mainly because of his age. He's 20 years old. He doesn't act like it.
DT's job is to check out mares and find out whether they're in heat. This is thoroughbred flirting, a task rife with frustration.
Wait. Good job, honey.
When a mare's not ready to breed, she usually makes it pretty clear.
Out, take away. Out, take away. Out, take away.
Even when a mare does appreciate his attention, DT is out of luck.
In.
In or out of heat, DT doesn't get to breed with them. An old champion never gets used to rejection.
Out. 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 Okay, out. Out, take away.
At this point, even pregnant mares can be too much for him.
I gotta move away from the fence now. Okay. They had to come on up here and cause trouble, didn't they? Even though they're pregnant, they still curious. It's nerve-wracking. It is what it's called. It's teasing.
Billy breeds his mares to stallions he's chosen ahead of time. He carefully plans each mating, because in thoroughbred racing, family is everything.
A lot of trainers think horses don't exist until they get into their barn and they make them, but you know, it goes a lot into it. I mean, you're talking about genetically matching up the sire and a dam. You know, a trainer has to have something to work with, so you try to bring it the best genetic combinations possible.
You got a straw truck backing up to the house, man?
Bonita Farm is full of horses that are the products of Billy's carefully planned breeding. One of them is a 3-year-old colt named Northbridge. His parents were both winning racehorses.
Yeah.
It's up to head trainer Bill Boniface and his son Kevin to see that Northbridge lives up to his pedigree.
He's from a very good family, and he's got a lot of value, and he's got stallion potential, and he's a brother to 3 Grade 1 stakes winners, which is a big thing in this game. He's more of a swimmer type physique than a track runner, but that indicates to me he might have speed.
Northbridge is just one of 35 horses in the training barn getting primed for spring races. On any given day, different horses walk, jog, or gallop, depending on where they are in their training cycle.
We're gonna do it from the house end.
Northbridge has always been Kevin's favorite.
He's got the looks. He's like a Sugar Ray over Muhammad Ali. You know, he's a little bit more quick and agile, which you like to see in a horse. Sometimes when they're real big, it's tougher for them to stay sound.
This morning, Northbridge will go half a mile. His rider is professional jockey Alberto Delgado. Bill often asks him to help out with exercising the horses. Most jockeys don't have the opportunity to ride their horses before a race. But Alberto thinks getting to know them gives him an advantage.
You have to kind of find their little tricks, where they want to run and how they like to run. Some horses like to drift in a little bit, drift out, and if you don't know that, going into the race, it could, you know, cost you to win or lose the race.
Last week, Northbridge ran 3/8 of a mile in 36 seconds. An excellent time. Bill is hoping this longer workout is just as good. His time falls short of their expectations. 50 seconds. He should have made it in 48.
Add 13 to that, give him 3/4 and 120.
I thought I was on a better horse, but he didn't show it today. He wasn't one of his better days today. You know, he's much better than what he showed today. Much better.
Bill and Kevin are a little disappointed, but not discouraged.
Not too many like it.
Lack of focus is common in young thoroughbreds. With more training, they believe Northbridge can live up to his potential.
he has plenty of natural talent. It's going to be making sure that he does what we want him to do, because he's got a little too much in his head that he's doing what he wants to do all the time. You know, he's like the young teenager that wants to stay out late and his curfew's 10 o'clock and he doesn't come home until midnight. So, I mean, we have to make sure he's in bed at 10.
Northridge hasn't got much time to get his head straight. His first race of the year is coming up in Baltimore in just 2 weeks. Coming up next, a foal in serious trouble. 8 a.m. Every day, Billy has to bring the mares and foals in from the fields to check them over. At this time of year, that means he has close to 50 horses to round up. Easier said than done. But he does get some help with the workload. His wife Barbara has a special touch with mares, who are very protective of their babies.
It's not so much strong-arming the mares and foals, you have to finesse them. And like a child, the more you fight a foal, the worse it is. You just gotta let them think that they're doing it on their own choice, and it goes much better. What are you doing?
When the kids aren't in school, they're working with their parents. Sons Billy and Ben are willing horsemen in training, getting on-the-job experience.
Ben, you know you walk with the mares in one hand and the foal in the other.
Remember, they're a lot stronger than you are. The harder you pull them, the harder we're going to pull the other way.
Okay. Oh, you're using the pitchfork? I don't use the pitchfork. Oh, I didn't use it. Daddy uses the pitchfork.
By noon, Billy turns his attention from daily chores to a serious problem. One of the farm's most valuable foals was born with a leg so crooked he can't stand on it. The vet put a cast on, but Billy still doesn't know if the leg will heal.
What we have on him now is a splint. We straighten it out as much as possible before we wrap it up. So what we're doing is trying to give him some support, still use it, and being able to still bend on it some so that it'll work the tendons and the ligaments back and forth.
This baby is especially precious because his mother, Church Bell Chimes, was an exceptional racehorse.
She won over 570,000 for us at the racetrack. She was a really good racehorse. She's not very big. She has a really big heart, and she ran like that.
Billy was counting on this foal to be a champion too. But now, on top of his lame leg, the 3-day-old baby won't eat. He's getting dangerously dehydrated.
If he doesn't really start to get aggressive about nursing here in a couple hours, I might have to feed him with a stomach tube with some electrolytes. But I would prefer that he just turns around here and says, "Mommy, I'm hungry," and does his own business. Let's go for a little walk. Let's go for a little walk.
If Billy doesn't get the foal moving and nursing very soon, he probably won't survive.
We're going to give him some time. Like, I'm going to change the wrap tomorrow, and we'll walk him today, and we'll see how much improvement is. You know, if it's going to improve, it's going to improve quickly. And we'll see how much we get in a day, and we'll do the same thing tomorrow.
At the end of the day, Billy goes to the office to take one more look at the x-rays of the sick foal.
What we have is, this is the leg in its natural position right now, how he's holding the leg off to the side. This is the knee, this is the forearm coming down, this is the cannon bone, the lower leg. The problem lies in the ligaments around it, and so we have something we can work with, as long as we can get those ligaments to strengthen up properly.
Although Billy takes care of Church Bell, and she lives at Bonita, she's owned by someone else. Billy needs to give her worried owner an update on the foal. It's a tough phone call, since he's still not sure whether the baby will make it.
Hi, this is Billy Boniface calling. I was calling to update him on Church Bell Chimes' foal. Well, yeah, he's doing a little bit better. I put a splint on his leg today, and and we're trying some different things. I mean, we're by far not, out of the woods with it yet.
Only time will tell if Church Bell's baby will survive. Coming next, Northbridge's big race. It's race day for Northbridge. There's no turning back. This afternoon at Pimlico in Baltimore, he'll prove whether he's ready to be a serious racehorse. Bill and Kevin are feeling pretty good about Northbridge's chances. Will he meet their expectations? Will he live up to his pedigree? His jockey's silks are blue and white.
And they're off.
It's a clean break.
Dancer first to show early speed. Here's Northbridge, who's sent forward on the outside. Northbridge now gains a short lead. On the inside is Bull Crossing is right there as well. And it's Nijinsky's Dancer showing the way by 3/4 of a length. Northbridge racing in the second spot. Alalawa is racing on the outside of Argamac. Argamac and Alalawa trying to close now, and they're about 6.5 lengths from the lead and beginning to move just a little bit. Another 3 to Pepper John, followed by McDynamo's moved up a spot, and Anticipating Love is the trailer as they move into the far turn. 3.5 furlongs to go. Here comes Northbridge on the outside, putting the pressure on Nijinsky's Dancer. Northbridge, Nijinsky's Dancer. Skirmish clear from Roscove in third. Brassoff is running in fourth. Bull Crossing Impulsion is next. McDynamo, Alalawa. Argamac's not going to do it. Anticipating Love, and trailing the field is Pepper John. Northbridge shows the way. Brassoff in the blue cap. Roscove under drive. Extreme outside is Bull Crossing. They've got a furlong to go. Brassoff strolls up the inside, but Northbridge is holding sway. Northbridge from Brassoff, Roscoe, Bull Crossing extreme outside, 16th of a mile to go, and it's Northbridge, the son of Valley Crossing, gonna score and score an upset at 18-1. Brassoff was second. Bull
It's a
Crossing
big
was
victory.
next, and Roscoe, it's
Northbridge
real close
broke
for
his
third.
maiden. He won his first race. The next morning at the farm, Kevin and Bill are still excited about the win. Northbridge raced like the champion he was bred to be.
I think he's come out of it saying, hey, this racing thing could be fun, it's, I feel like I did something special, so. He showed his class, he showed his pedigree, he went on and got the job done.
He impressed me immensely the last 1/8 of a mile at Pimlico. I didn't think that he was dead tight ready to go mile and 16th, but he showed an awful lot of class. You'll come along a horse that we call an afternoon horse. They give it all when it's game time. And I'm thinking that might be that colt.
Over at the mare barn, Northbridge's success is just as sweet. When a horse that Billy Fold wins at the racetrack, he shares in the glory.
When it comes together, that's a good feeling. When you see him running at the racetrack and you planned it in the beginning.
But today, the Northbridge victory is tempered by sad news. Church Bell's foal never got any better. Billy had to put the 5-day-old baby to sleep.
We elected yesterday to go ahead and put the foal down. We took the splint that we had put on the right front leg off, and we showed absolutely no improvement. And actually, the foal was in a great deal of pain. It was a sad thing to have to decide to do.
It'll take a few more days before Church Bell accepts her loss. For Billy, it's difficult as well. This is the second foal he's lost this year. But it's something he's had to get used to.
When you're foaling close to 50 a year, you're always going to have problems, and usually 1 or 2 a year will have a problem with the foal when it's born or during the foaling process.
A few days later, Church Bell seems to have made a friend, a mare named Save the Bay. Her foal also died shortly after he was born.
And when I came out here this morning, I found out that the 2 mares that had lost their foals teamed up together, and they actually wanted nothing to do with each other prior to having their babies. But that's the funny thing about them. They kind of know they have a certain bond.
Coming next, Billy's son lends his father a helping hand. The hard winter made most of Billy's pregnant mares overdue. So now several of them could have their foals at any time.
We're all set. Now let's have baby and do it early.
Once they're inside for the night, they have to be checked every hour. Between looking in on the mares and the night watchman's arrival at 9 o'clock, Billy squeezes in a quick dinner.
Hi, honey. How you doing?
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
So, is anybody gonna fold?
Hayride's gonna fold. Probably gonna fold early too.
I said she wasn't going to.
Even at mealtime, they talk about horses.
Okay. Beth, we're gonna have a mare foal soon. Do you want to go? But next time I go to check, you guys can go with me. How about you, Ben?
Okay. All right.
Typical of foaling season, the evening is interrupted.
This is a good day.
A mare named Please Dance has gone into labor. Mares in labor feel very vulnerable, but Please Dance doesn't seem to mind Billy's presence.
They trust me, and you'll find watching the mares foal, they will let me go into the stall. They'll let me walk all over the place because I'm the one that deals with them every day in, day out.
If a foal is born early enough in the evening, Billy's family joins him in the barn. He takes advantage of the extra pair of hands. Billy Jr. has helped his father before, so he knows what to do.
Sometimes they will